Hey YouTubers, D-Doc here. Well, happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. This weekend I'm back up here at Randolph, Nebraska at the Randolph City Campground. As you may know, last weekend I had a video up here where my oldest brother and I, Pops, did a installment of the continuing summer adventure of Doc and Pops. We were up here for the Abatum, Nebraska District 15's yearly fun run. We always make a weekend camp out of it, and did a little video about the summer adventures of Doc and Pops on Saturday morning right before we were getting ready to go on the run. Unfortunately, we were checking my brother's bike to make sure it was ready to go and discovered that the clutch went out on it right then and there. So I ended up riding my Harley for 2.5 hours back over to my hometown, getting my truck and motorcycle trailer, and then driving 2.5 hours back. And I got back in time for the afternoon rodeo games that they held, and then we went up to one of the local bars and had a bite to eat with the rest of the group, and came back and camped overnight Saturday night. And then we got up Sunday morning, packed everything up, loaded up his motorcycle, and I drove him and his bike back to Omaha, and then I went home to my hometown. But yeah, I'm up here. After about Monday or Tuesday, I decided that I like this little campground, and ever since I bought my 78 Apache Ranger, (1978) Apache hardside fold-down Ranger. And I have a guest. Why, look, it's Sassy, the party squatch. He's out roaming the campground. But as I was saying on Monday or Tuesday, I decided I was going to clear enough money. I wanted to come back up here and camp in the Ranger. Ever since I bought the Ranger back in April of 2018, I wanted to come up here and camp. So I finally decided to do that and spend the holiday weekend up here camping at this nice campground. So let's take a look. The Randolph City Campground has 6 concrete pads, 3 up this side, 3 up this side, and then over there in the back, a little small turnaround, so it's not ideal for the big long rigs. But back there in the trees is plenty of tenting space. Then each of the concrete pads has electricity with 20, 30, and 50 amp hookups. Each pad has access to a water spigot. Kind of looks like they got to share one there, but I know on this side each one has access to a water spigot. There is a dump station up there by the trash receptacle. 6 pads, nice and quiet. A couple of years ago, one of the locals installed an RV park, and that's for the itinerant workers that travel around doing highway construction or any kind of project in the area. And the city said it's okay for them to build the RV park just as long as they keep the big rigs there and leave this little campground for the travelers. And of course over here, about a half a block away, was the first RV park that was made here in town, again for the itinerant traveling workers. That's been here for a while. This is a nice campground, but what it doesn't have is any bathrooms or latrines or outhouses. For that purpose, you need to go across this little bridge across the raging river, and there's a nice city playground over here with picnic shelters. There's playground equipment. They have a swimming pool. Of course, that's closed now, but they leave the bathrooms open on the swimming pool building for the campers. There's a soccer field. If I can get up here a little bit closer. A soccer field on the other side of the swimming pool building. There's a baseball diamond. And then way down by the baseball diamond is another modern bathroom in a concrete building. No showers, but flush toilets and sinks. And there's some basketball courts. And then over here, in the back, let's see if I can focus in, there's a concession stand, picnic area, and modern bathrooms over by the football field. There it is. And Friday night I got to listen to a local football game. But I decided to come out here and do some camping in the Apache Ranger. It's a nice quiet place. I'm going to pick up some pine cones here, because you know every time I'm here I always have to go over to the raging river and do my part for ecology. So let's come over to the raging river here right next to the campground. It did rain here yesterday and Friday night and most of Saturday, about halfway during Saturday. There was a little bit more water here in the raging river, but I always like to do my part for ecology. As the seed is thrown, so grows the tree. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we had splashdown. Let's do another one. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, splashdown. And those 2 seeds will go down river and hopefully land somewhere and plant another tree. Trees make oxygen, we breathe oxygen, we need trees. So, got my setup. There's only one other camper here in the small campground, and these are some folks that stop by every year. They have family in the area, and they're here for 2-3 weeks or so. We see them every year. We come up for the motorcycle event, and they were still here this weekend. They'll be here all week till Monday, and I'll be here till Monday. But I got my setup, 10 by 10 portable canopy. Took a tarp and made a awning in front of my trailer. Got a couple of small tarps over the bed ends of my Apache fold-down hardside trailer. And that's just because this ABS plastic that the top end is made out of is 41 years old and gets brittle over time and tends to crack. And eventually I'll get that repaired. I bought this trailer in April of 2018, but there was a snafu in the VIN number on the Nebraska title that I had to get cleared up. Finally got that cleared up in April of 2019, and I just want to go camping. So until I can do the repairs on the cracked plastic, really it's just the over the bed end of the bed roof of the front bed, but I go ahead and tarp both of them, and I did not have any leaks at all while it rained Friday night and half of Saturday. But bring out my little barbecue so I can have barbecue dinners. Camp provides a picnic table at every site. I have a couple of zero gravity reclining lounge chairs that I bring along. Of course, it's mostly just me that camps. And this is the first time that I've been able to hook up the hose and run it in. I don't have a water tank in the camper because it was gone when I bought it. But I hooked up the water line to a hose, and I needed to buy a water pressure reducer valve to put on the end of the hose and hook up to the hydrant. It cuts the water pressure down so it doesn't blow all the pipes and hosing and faucets in the trailer. And with that, I've been able to hook up water for the first time and do my breakfast dishes. Then I have a 5-gallon bucket for right now for a gray water receptacle. And then after I do my dishes, I take that over to the dump station over there by the dumpster. Empty it out, ready to go until the next breakfast. But yeah, doing kind of a new segment here on my channel. It's going to be called The Solo Camping Adventures of Doc. And that's where I'm going to take my little camper out. My goal is to go to find and go to watching a local drive around the block. I want to find and go to and camp at the local older small campgrounds that the big rigs won't come to, and hopefully they won't be very popular or populated. So this one here is nice and quiet. Even though it's situated at the edge of the south edge of town, really don't hear a lot of noise at all. It's a nice quiet little town, nice quiet little campground. And so I'm going to do a new series of videos, the Solo Camping Adventures of Doc. And this is one of them. So I hope you enjoy the new series, and I'll kind of give a little description of what each campground looks like and what they have to offer. I myself personally now, I don't have any restroom facilities in my camper, so I prefer to find those little campgrounds that have a modern restrooms. A shower would be nice, but it's not necessary, because when I go out camping, I don't plan on doing anything extenuating to work up a sweat. And if I do, I've got some nice body wipes to clean myself up with, but a shower would be nice if they have them. And that is going to be the goal of this series, to just kind of go out and find the little campgrounds around where I live and in the area within 2-3 hours drive. This is one of them. I'm glad I came here. I wanted to bring the camper here. It's nice and quiet, and I think you saw the one in July of last month where we were over in Iowa and my brother came along. And I've got a couple more spots already picked out in Iowa. I'm hoping that I can camp out until October or November before I got to put the camper away for the winter. And we'll just do that kind of a series, go out and find these small places and whatnot. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching and commenting, and I'll catch you on the next one.